What's Letterman's response after looking at the battle?
Well, his evaluation of the medical response is very mixed. I think he was very pleased with how it went, considering how little time and resources he had to prepare for the action. The Second Corps, for example, was able to actually evacuate their men off the field before the battle was actually even done. So that was unprecedented up to that point. Other parts of the Army that hadn't received quite the same organization and training did struggle a great deal, but Letterman knew that he had the resources that he could work with to make a workable plan. So following the battle, the Army actually stayed here in Maryland for weeks, much to the chagrin of President Abraham Lincoln and others that wanted McClellan to pursue Lee more forcefully. But it gave Letterman time to do the organization that he really wanted to while the Army was sitting here and not really going anywhere. So he comes up with what we now call the Letterman Plan. And the Letterman Plan still serves as the basis for emergency and battlefield medicine today at its very heart. He really reorganizes the whole medical system. One of the things that he prioritizes is making sure that medical operations are on the field prior to an action whenever possible, rather than set up as an afterthought. So he'll make it a priority that division hospitals are set up on the battlefield. These hospitals are set up in predetermined locations, and they're actually given an organized command structure so that they will operate efficiently and uniformly, with one surgeon in charge of the entire hospital, 3 surgeons detailed to actually do the operations, with another 3 or more surgeons detailed to assist them and learn from the experienced surgeons. And those surgeons who are chosen to do the operations are chosen not based on rank, but based on the details of their experience. So you may have another surgeon in the Army who's got higher rank because he's been in longer and had experience with other aspects of medicine, but a young surgeon who's had more experience at cutting, doing surgery, is actually going to take priority in that operating theater. He'll make suggestions like making one assistant responsible for nothing but the anesthesia. And that seems very common to us today. We have people who are professional anesthesiologists, but it was really revolutionary at the time. Now, another innovation that he'll introduce into those hospitals are what he called dressers. Now, these are people that prepare the patients for surgery. And one of the things that those dressers are responsible for is doing triage. And triage is something that we very much take for granted today. Anytime we go to the emergency room, you're seen not by the order you came in, but by the order of your severity. Anytime you go to an accident scene, the medical personnel there will immediately evaluate what needs to be done in what order. And that wasn't done prior to this in the Civil War. What would happen is medical cases would be rounded up, put in the back of a wagon, brought to the hospital, and they would be treated in the order that they came in. So people would languish that needed to be treated immediately, and people that could have waited a little bit longer were treated as soon as they came in. So that was a big improvement, and it saved a lot of lives and continues to save a lot of lives here. One of the things that Letterman does differently than some of his predecessors is to actually put his headquarters right next to McClellan's headquarters, or whoever the Army commander is. And that happens here at the Pry House for the first time. Letterman makes his headquarters right at the house, right next to McClellan, so he's aware of what the battle plan is, roughly, as much as anyone is. So he's able to cater his medical response to what's likely to happen on the battlefield, rather than approach the situation after the disaster is already in full swing. So those are important changes here during the battle.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe and share it with your friends. You can also visit www.discerninghistory.com for more videos and other resources.